Greetings, Malifaux fans, YouTubers all out there. Heretic you here with a quick question and answer for Trinity Wargamers. Asked me to do a video on terrifying, so I thought it'd be pretty cool to just shoot this quick video, show some examples of how it's done, but also to sort of reach out to the Malifaux community out there. And you know, with 6th edition 40K coming out, most of the content is going to be about that. So just if you're not into it and you happen to like Malifaux, rest assured, you know, the Malifaux players are still going to be putting out content. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about terrifying.
It's over, forget about it. No! I'm afraid. Let's just get out of here. I want to go home.
Cannot, must not. It's okay, lose to opponent. Must not lose to fear.
Yo, I'm afraid. I'm afraid of him, all right? What do I do?
You stay focused. Then you saw your best karate still inside you.
Okay, so we're going to use Teddy here, who's still a work in progress, so excuse that. At least the way he looks. We're going to use him for our example, and I hope you guys can make that out. But every model that has the terrifying ability will have a number associated with it. So Teddy is terrifying 13. So when does terrifying take an effect, and what does this number have to do with anything? Alright, let's say, for example, this gremlin wishes to charge Teddy because he's feeling extra suicidal today. He would first have to pass the terrifying duel. So it's a simple duel, and the target number is 13. That's how that works. So you'd flip a card from your fate deck, and he flips a 3. So the gremlin would have to go to his control hand. The gremlin's willpower is 4, so he's going to need a 9 to pass this. And we'll just use this 10 of masks for right now. So he would pass that and he would begin to activate. Why is that important? Because if he fails it, he not only doesn't get the charge, but he also would, you know, run away. And that there's some consequences to that. Now, the second thing why that's pretty crucial is that from this example you saw I had to go to my control hand. So I'm already burning cards just to perform an action. Terrifying also works when you begin an action in a model's terrifying range. And the terrifying range, you would use the highest melee range. In this case, Teddy has a 2-inch claw attack. So anywhere within 2 inches of the model, if I begin my activation and let's say I just wanted to walk, you know, try to disengage or try to get in closer to my melee range, I would have to take I'd have to beat that terrifying 13. So I flip a card, and guess what? I still failed. So I'd have to go to my control hand again. So it's an important ability because it forces the opposing player to burn cards. Anytime you're burning cards is a chance that you have to go to your control hand, and anytime you have to cheat fate just to do a simple, you know, your basic actions, you're basically forcing your opponent to discard control cards, which is huge in this game. It's really big. So terrifying is in effect whenever a model activates within the longest melee range of the terrifying model. So if I activate, I have to take a terrifying check. If I wish to charge, I have to take a terrifying check. If I end my activation, I have to take a terrifying check. Okay, so terrifying checks, unlike you know, other games, happens on the opposing model's turn for the most part. If the model fails, he's going to take an immediate double walk action towards the closest table edge. So let's say it's over here. And he immediately stops at the table edge if he could move further, and would have to spend the rest of his turn rallying, or his next turn rallying actually. And that is huge, because it's almost like basically he's paralyzed. And if he enters in any duels, let's say Teddy wishes to strike him, he's at a negative for all duels except for his rally, for him to rally back into the game. That makes Terrifying especially deadly. And if he fails again, he's removed from play, and he is counted as sacrifice. So, God, why is the lighting so bad? Sorry about that. There we go. So, Terrifying has a number of advantages. One advantage that a lot of people just miss or just don't know about is Terrifying also ignores Harmless. So this nurse here is harmless, and normally that would be a willpower duel to declare an attack on her. Okay, you'd have to pass a willpower 12. So normally, let's say Teddy didn't have Terrifying, he wishes to strike the nurse, he would have to flip a fate card and add his willpower. In this case, his willpower being 5, I flipped the 12, he would have passed. But Teddy has Terrifying. He ignores that. And so he can just attack her without flipping cards. So that's another advantage of Terrifying. Another thing that about Terrifying that people don't know is that if a model has flight or float and begins its activation inside the Terrifying range, let me just make sure. If I enter his Terrifying effect range and I have flight or float, I ignore the Terrifying. So that is, in a sense, Terrifying. I hope it helps. And if I got anything wrong, you experts out there, let me know. Let's discuss. Let's be a community and discuss. And I will see you on the next, video, battle report, whatever I do next.